Hi, boys and girls. I hope you are just as excited as I am about this new cool tool that we have. This is a smart recorder that we're listening to, and you get to watch this video at home or in school or whenever it is that you feel like you need to watch it. So we're going to try it for the first time today. So we've talked about it a little bit in class, but I want to show you what these videos are actually going to look like. So this is our first example. So when you see this video, you can see that our objective is already stated. So you would write down on your note-taking template what the objective is for today. If you need to use the pause button, then you may do so. If not, you can write down and continue listening. So our objective states, how can I estimate the solution to a problem? I'm going to move down our slide. So you should remember this tricky little poem, and it goes something like this. Find your number, look next door, 5 or higher, add 1 more. 4 or less, just ignore. And I know some of you get excited about that ignore word, and I highlighted our door, more, and ignore words because that's where we have emphasis in the poem. Find your number, look next door, 5 or higher, add 1 more. 4 or less, just ignore. So let's use that poem today in our first strategy when we estimate a solution. We're going to be looking specifically at finding a reasonable estimate when we are adding. So the first strategy that we're going to look at today is identifying key words that indicate estimation and addition. Below, we have our first word problem. So it reads, Tim found 19 cents on the way to school. He found 57 more cents on the way home. About how many cents did he find? So, like the strategy said, we need to find the key words that tell us estimation and addition. So I see here that for the word about, let's see, do something funky. How about that? The word about is telling us that we should be rounding. Then another key word is the word more. Uh-oh, where did it go? The word more is telling us that we should be adding. And I think I need to use another pen here. Let's try this one. Perfect. So then we can decide, so what is it that we are adding and rounding? So I see two numbers that we need to find. I see the number 19 that I'm going to circle and the number 57 that I'm going to circle. So I'm going to write that down in a word problem. So it would read 19 plus 57. But because we found the word about, we know that we need to round these numbers because we're estimating the solution. So I'm going to change my color so I can show you what that's going to look like. So using our rounding poem, we're going to find our number. So we're going to want to round to the tens place because it's the greatest place value of both of our numbers. So we found our number. I'm going to circle our number also. And we look next door. Circle our tens place and look next door. Now, 5 or higher, add 1 more. I know that the number 9 is more than 5, so I'm going to add 1 to the number 1 that's in my tens place. So that's going to become the number 2. And I'm going to write that over here also. So this is going to be approximately, and these squiggly lines mean that we're rounding because it's not exactly equal, it's almost equal. So I'm going to write the number 2 in my tens place, and we know that everything after our rounded digit becomes, hopefully you remember, a 0. We're still adding, so I'm going to put my addition sign. Now we're going to do the same thing for the number 57. So we're going to use the same rounding poem. Find your number, look next door. We've done that. 5 or higher, add 1 more. The number 7 is higher than 5, so I'm going to add 1 more to the number 5, which is our circled number. So 5 plus 1 is 6, and everything after my rounded number becomes a 0. So when we round our answer, 20 plus 60 is 80. So the answer to our estimated problem about how many cents did he, which is Tim, about how many cents did Tim find? He found 80 cents. And I'm going to label my work because good mathematicians and thinkers always label so we know what they're talking about. So this is something we're going to be trying in class tomorrow. So you can watch this as many times as you need to write the questions and notes that you need to ask tomorrow before you get into your activities. Good luck!